Good morning. Today is our last full day at Disney World. Obviously, it's an Epcot day and a fantastic dinner tonight. Come along and see what I mean. Hi, I'm Carol and you're watching CAROL-WDWAO. Our last full day here. We sleep here tonight. Our plane leaves at 12 tomorrow, so basically up, get breakfast, and head out to the airport. Direct flight on the way back. That's always a good thing. Usually we can't hit them on the way down. But today the forecast is rain, rain, more rain, heavier rain. And honestly, I haven't been here on a day that has had that kind of forecast. I've got a poncho ready to go. I'm not willing to give up my last day here, especially since I don't have a return trip planned yet. And tonight, we will probably be drowned rats, but eating at Monsieur Paul. I hope they don't mind rats. Oh wait, France, Remy. We should be okay, right? They're used to rats. Okay, come on along. So there are a few topiaries out. Tinkerbella's here welcoming us. There'll be more shortly when the topiaries come out. But it looks like they're starting to pull them out. Look over there. I see Winnie the Pooh. They're starting to decorate, I think, for Flower and Garden, even though we are still in Festival of the Arts. I don't remember seeing these when we were here earlier in the week, did you? I love how they use all the different textures, some flowers. And the carrots are just adorable. Tigger, Fran, Eeyore, and Piglet. And I'm 99% sure these were not here on Monday. So we have a big alligator and Captain Hook and Peter Pan. This is really cool because I love Flower and Garden. Usually I'm here a little later to see it, but we get to see it the beginning of it. Probably not everything is up, and they really use all sorts of different plants and textures. I am so excited that I get to see this. Gloomy, dreary day, thought this was going to be a bust, and getting to see the topiaries ahead of the festival, I am excited. Oh, Rand's digging out the raincoats, not yet. Save the cover. inside the land building, and I don't have to go out outside to know that it's probably raining pretty hard because there is a 40-minute wait for Living with the Land. I'm guessing it's raining even before we step outside. We're probably going to do Awesome Planet. That has a 10-minute wait. We may come back and do Living with the Land on the way out. Next, we're going to do Frozen. So we could make this circle back here, and hopefully that will have a little less wait time. It's definitely a rainy day. Notice purple. Can't get away from purple. Funny thing, we took off our ponchos to ride Frozen, and of course we got splashed on Frozen. Crowds are fairly light, although any indoor ride has a long wait, like Living with the Land, 30 minutes. You see that at Christmas, not now when the park is this empty. Shauna, first time on Soarin as we try and stay dry. What'd you think?
Soarin was awesome. My kids loved it. I wanted to do it again just so that we could sit in the front row, because if you're not in the front row, you can see everybody's feet like dangling above you. Hi! But other than that, it was super cool. The kids loved it, and I think it'll give us a nice segue into
Flight of Passage. Yep. So we're about to do Spaceship Earth as soon as we find Fran, and then Nemo, and hang out at the aquarium a little bit. They have reservations to Space 220 Lounge, which I know they're gonna love, and we're gonna head back to get ready for our fancy dinner at Monsieur Paul that we are going to arrive at wet rats. So, but good day. Always a good day at Disney World. The rain had let up a little bit. It's starting to build back up, but we did have time to stop for one of the snacks at Garden Landscapes. It looks really good. We're heading back to the resort. We certainly don't want to fill up because we want to have plenty of room for Monsieur Paul, although Fran still thinks he's going to walk away hungry, but we'll see. This is the beet dish. It's got yellow and red beets, some goat cheese, mushrooms, and some candied pecans. It looks really good, except the tree above us is dripping in my food, so I'm gonna put this away and eat it. Nice little bite. The beets were just slightly undercooked in my opinion. The beets had more of a crunch than a soft crunch to them. The mushrooms were delicious, or little morels, or the little tiny mushroom caps. What was surprising were the pecans. Candied pecans were actually spicy. Like I can feel it in the back of my throat, spice. And there were little bits of various different greenery on there that tasted good. Wasn't the usual greenery you'd see like lettuce or microgreens. Just enough, fill us up. Heading back to the room to undrench ourselves. Hopefully when we ride back over, the Skyliner will be working and we won't get too wet heading from there to France, but we'll see. I can't remember when I've been here to a full rainy day. Now right now it's tapered off a little bit. They're expecting much heavier rain this evening. You know, I've hit those days here where you get that brief shower, downpour, and then it stops. This was just a steady, cold rain. Now, I wore my flip-flops so I wouldn't get my shoes wet. I can't feel my toes. And coming from the north, that's saying something. So it's a little chilly, gray day, but we had a great time. Figment loved my shirt and my ears. Between Chewy and Figment, great character interactions. Really, I think that's the only characters we met this trip. Yeah, we didn't do any, oh no, I lied. Beginning, we did the storybook dining at Artist Point when Carla and Rich were here. If you're interested, I'll link that to this video as well. Always bittersweet the last day. I'm really looking forward to dinner. Not looking forward to packing, but looking forward to seeing the dogs Direct flight home is always wonderful because, you know, when you have those layovers, you wonder if the next plane is going to be there. And we've had some bad luck with that. Once I had to drive back from Fort Lauderdale, starting at 9 o'clock at night, all the way up to upstate New York. We got home at 4 a.m. Monday morning with 4 of us sharing the driving. I'm always hesitant about that. Love direct flights. I have several other vlog series. Lee's a foodie like me, and we did Monsieur Paul. We both loved it. You got a nice commentary of what the food was like. You're not going to get that tonight. Fran, otherwise known as Rice is Rice Fran, will be, it's good, not enough, didn't care for it. I think probably those are going to be the responses we're going to get. Maybe he'll surprise me, you never know. You got to come along to see though. We're heading to dinner. No ears, because if I need my raincoat, the ears just get in the way. But just wanted you to see that we were presentable before we went to dinner. The big rain is supposed to come and we're getting out of dinner. Who knows what we'll look like. But proof that at one point we did look presentable. So what looks good on the menu, Fran?
Everything looks good.
What are you going to choose?
Probably the fillet for the beef, snapper for the fish, and let's see.
What for your appetizer?
The appetizer, probably go with the lobsters, the main lobster salad, and probably for dessert the thin apple tart.
Okay.
With almond cream and vanilla ice cream.
All right.
Go with that.
Champagne, messieurs, dames. And you guys know what we say when we cheer in French? We say santé.
Santé.
Santé means health because we're always cheering to enjoy ourselves. So santé, enjoy the champagne.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Santé.
Kind of semi.
Yeah, it's like a semi-dry.
It's not
So
definitely not sweet.
I also am going to have the Maine lobster instead of the escargot. I know you're all shocked, but I had the escargot last time and I loved it. But Lee had the Maine lobster and that looked good, and I want to try something different. The waiter also told me that I could do 2 fish courses if I didn't do the meat course, which I think I'm going to do. I'm going to have the scallops because those were delicious. And, oh, I can't remember. I think Lee had, I can't remember, she had the sea bass or the snapper. And hers looked really good. I'm going to have one of those too. And then for dessert, of course, the Sphere du Chocolat. It's delicious, absolutely delicious. Wait, say that again. I had the chicken last time, and I decided on 2 fish dishes because
Chicken is kind of like chicken. I mean, you can kind of, you know, make it maybe different ways, but it's still chicken.
The champagne is delicious.
Champagne is excellent.
Yes, the Amuse Bouche is their welcoming before the appetizer. And he said there was lobster and salmon in that. And that will be good.
Yeah, I saw that.
And our waiter is very, very personable. Not like Julian, who is happy to be on camera. He's camera shy. I want to show you on a Saturday night. It's pretty empty here because it's raining. It's supposed to get worse tonight. They do have the barge out, which they pull out and pull back in for Luminous. There is a chance that we will see fireworks from our window because we'll probably be here still at 9 o'clock. If you want to do a lot of rides and drinking around the world, do not come to Monsieur Paul because it's a good 3-hour commitment. But the food is phenomenal. You can see how few people are walking by here. It is semi-cooked.
Semi-cooked.
So we have salmon, with some sort of cocktail sauce on the top, the tomato and cheese pastry, and this is a lobster bisque type something. Now, very interesting, the waiter said this flour that you see on top comes from Living with the Land. He said every day they get a box of all these edible flours that they can use in drinks to top their food and things like that. It's very nice. Okay, Fran, dig in.
Again, huh?
Yep. Okay, start with a lobster. That's edible.
This is edible?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty good?
Pretty good.
Yeah. The lobster thing?
No.
Okay.
This is the Amuse Bouche. This is the welcome. This is before the appetizer.
Okay.
For the upcoming bread and butter.
Thank you.
Yep. Try the...
So one of the things, did you notice they brought the food to us at the same time instead of him setting one down for you and setting one down for me? All right, Fran's trying the salmon.
Pretty good. Not fishy.
Okay. I was a little worried about that one with him because I didn't think he would like it.
No, it's really good.
All right.
Pretty good. Excellent.
Okay. Ooh, we got an excellent. I've tried the lobster. I'm going to try the salmon. Nope, I cut it properly. There we go. Very good.
Very good.
A little dill.
Yep.
I'm tasting. That's delicious. All right, let me try this, and then we can put the camera away and enjoy. Very good.
Yep.
All right. So far the Amuse Bouche is a thumbs up with Fran, and we have many courses to go. All right, what did you say, Fran, about the salmon?
Well, all the same I've ever eaten. Pretty fishy. I don't like fishy fish. In this case here, if I was blindfolded and I had this, I would never know it's salmon.
And
That's how good it
that's
is.
high praise, high praise. If you had to pick your favorite out of the three, what was the favorite?
Salmon.
Wow, I am shocked. I am shocked. I would say
The bread was really good, so was just the lobster soup. That's what it was.
yep.
The salmon was excellent.
I am shocked. Lobster first, salmon second, and bread third. But
I think the lobster soup was a little more fishier than the salmon was.
wow.
Which is, coming from me, the way I always felt about salmon.
I know. I am shocked. I went with a baguette. I went with the cheese bread. If I was having escargot, I definitely would have had the baguette to soak up all that juice. Since I'm having the other, I'm going with the cheese bread. How's the wine?
Very, very good.
This was a Pinot Blanc, and it's made
excellent.
with some of the oldest vines. Very, very good. This will be with our appetizer, but we tried it first so we know what we were getting.
Beautiful lobster passion fruit vinaigrette on the top of it with a little salad right underneath, peas, carrot, and rutabaga. The shell is going to have some clam starter with olive and shallot, and the different dots of coulis are going to be bell pepper, peas, and mango tomatoes. Flour again that you have right underneath the claw is another one of those beautiful flowers from Living with the Land. Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fran, what'd you think of your appetizer? Your plate's pretty clean. I think you liked it pretty well.
The lobster was very good. The claw was on. It looked like it might have been caviar, I'm not sure. Which made it a little fishy. So I guess I'm not going to be a caviar eater because I've never really had it before.
Well, that's good because I can't afford to keep you in caviar.
Well, that's a good thing because I don't have anything to do with it. If it tastes like that.
I tried the lobster salad, which there were some peas and carrots, so I guess it counts as a salad, just to try something different. Very, very good. Nice chilled lobster, good temperature. The little clam, which I'll have to go back and listen to what he said was in it. Definitely some olive. I tasted some olive in there. That was very, very good. Overall, I think I still prefer the escargot because, you know, escargot, me, favorite. But I did want to try something different. You know, it's the second time I want to give you a review of some different dishes here. All in all, I think it was good. The pairing of the wine is spot on. It just really brings out the flavor of the lobster, brings out the flavor of the wine. Very, very good. Now, please remember, this is 1 of 4 glasses with a champagne starter, and then there's a pear brandy cleanse and an alcoholic digestive at the end. So when I'm slurring my words, you know why.
To cognac making is simply doing wine around it. It's very fresh, crisp, and refreshing.
So it's a very limited.
You don't find it in. I don't know if you have those like New York, but Total Wine and all those.
Oh, Total Wine is the Disney World of wineries.
So you have it.
No, there's one in New York State,
That's it.
in Long Island. Yes, because New York State has strange rules. And I was working in Long Island over the winter, and every time I went to work, because I'd work a week at a time, I'd go to Total Wine. I love
So you
Total
know
Wine.
it. So
Yes.
this is where we get all good stuff here. There's only one in Orlando.
Okay.
That's the only place where you can actually be happy.
There's
and
one in
find
Cocoa
them.
Beach.
No, it's so far away. You know, we're not going to Total Wine and leaving empty-handed. So
Oh, I know.
enjoy.
My suitcase is already packed with some.
Beautiful timing.
Beautiful timing. This is she's got the scallops. I
I
got the
get the
snapper.
scallops.
This is the snapper.
And you get
Yep.
the snapper.
Potato scales on the top of it.
Yep.
Underneath a brumoise, which is celery root and carrots.
Yep.
A rosemary brioche. Fish velouté cream sauce with an orange and rosemary flower at the top.
Okay.
Madame les scallops with a butternut velouté at the base of it. Parsley, pearl, cauliflower and flour. And as a finish, a drizzle of maple syrup and Bon appetit and enjoy.
Thank you. This is the snapper you got?
This is a snapper.
Okay. What do you?
Potatoes came right off. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not really fishy. Yeah. Yep. These potato things are. I have to try them out.
They're supposed to represent the fish scales.
Very good too. Fish is excellent.
This is the Chenin Blanc. As you heard our waiter say, a very limited edition. Oh, I'm still finishing this.
Dry. Good. I like the other one better.
Did you?
Yeah. I like the first one better.
Now, how did it pair with the fish, though?
Okay. I like the first one better, yeah.
Oh, very good. I had to go back to the scallops again because they were phenomenal. They're in sort of a squash base with a maple flavor to it. So sweet. Tried to bite a Fran snapper. Very, very good. Mine is better. Wine. You agree?
I agree.
Okay, he agrees. The waiter was just terrified. So the joke is Fran, although I bet him $100, he wouldn't bet that he would not go away hungry because he didn't like Monsieur Paul years and years and years ago because he said the portions were extremely small. And so his joke was, yeah, I can get a cheeseburger at the food court if I'm hungry after we leave here. And my bet was, you're not going to go away hungry. And I told that to the waiter. So he's like, are you still going to go away hungry? And this is only the fish course. We have the main course, and then we have a cheese course, and then dessert course yet to follow.
Cheese course? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they bring you some cheese and cracker type things, like after the meat course before dessert to sort of cleanse your palate a little bit. And then there's something between the fish and the meat course to cleanse your palate as well.
Now what?
So what'd you think of the fish course?
Fish course is really good. I mean, snapper,
You tried my scallop. How was that?
Scallops was excellent. I probably should have got that instead, but the fish was good.
Wasn't fishy.
No, it wasn't fishy or nothing.
Now the presentation with the little potato scales on it.
Little potato scallops on there. Just a little piece of bread. I mean, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
So.
And our waiter told us about Julian, our former waiter, who didn't have to go back to France on his visa, but is now working in New York City. So I'm so happy
is that where
for
he is
him.
now? New York
Yeah.
City? Oh,
yeah.
is that where he wanted to work, huh?
Yeah, he really wanted to work there,
Wow,
and he was
the Big
worried
Apple.
about his visa expiring without a job, and he is there. So I'm really happy to hear that, because he was wonderful to us last time.
Trying to figure out how we get the pear inside the bottle.
I can't play because Julian told me.
Yep.
Well, I don't know how to get that in there. Is it
So-
like...
Good.
Is it kind of like frozen, maybe?
Yep. So last time I was here, my
If it's
friend, we were
frozen-
both science teachers, so we're thinking like
if
the
it's-
vacuum with the egg.
Frozen, you'd be able to squeeze it in there.
No.
No?
No.
It's not frozen. Okay.
Think super simple.
Yep. Think of living with the land.
Living with the land.
When we saw the Mickey pumpkins being made.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know how you got it in there.
You grow the pear directly.
Oh, directly
Absolutely. So when
inside
the
the
flower is
bottle.
turning into the fruit, you stick the whole bottle.
Oh, okay. So it was grown
Leave it
inside
in
the
there
bottle.
until it's fully grown.
Okay.
So no human hands have ever touched that pear.
Oh, nothing wrong with that.
The only way of touching it would actually to break the glass and then try it.
And try
We
it.
did some of those and it is disgusting.
Okay.
So it's not worth
All
it,
right.
to
Okay.
be honest.
All right.
So this is called a Pear William. This is a French brandy, and we serve it for the course called Trou Normand. So originally, the Trou Normand, they were doing it in Normandy with a Calvados that had the apple inside the bottle. Same process on the top of an apple sorbet. Now, you can do it home with whatever strong alcohol you want on the top of the sorbet. As long as it's on the top of the sorbet, it will work as a palate cleanser and as a digestive as well.
Oh,
So,
And you really want to take the two together, because if you just taste the brandy by itself, it's really
you feel
strong.
like being in Alabama drinking some local milk. So,
all right.
originally when they were doing this course, they were always doing it after the fish course. Why? Because it was believed that if you had a bad fish, this was strong enough to kill any form of stomachache you could possibly have from it.
Okay.
Enjoy, Monsieur.
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead,
This
try
is
it.
for the meat.
Cleansing, yes, like
Cleansing.
cleansing your palate.
And it is-
So make sure you get the sorbet and the brandy.
This is sorbet and brandy.
Yes, because you don't want the brandy by itself, because it's really strong.
You're right. It's really strong. Wow.
Yeah.
with the sorbet and the brandy. If you don't,
Yeah, you got to pair them together.
definitely got to pair it together. You
Yep.
get too much brandy and it's definitely strong.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is why I'm worried about slurring my words. But taste that pear.
No.
Oh my God, it's amazing. No, I didn't get enough sorbet on that one. Brandy is definitely strong, which is why I warned you about slurring my words. But the combination, when we went to Sebastian's Bistro, I had the desert pear margarita, and you could really taste the pear in that. Same thing here. The sorbet almost tastes like Gerber baby pears, but add the brandy on top, and it's not for babies. The traditional wine pairing now would be to go to the next two would be reds. Now, since I switched from a meat course to 2 fish courses, the waiter came and asked, Alexi came and asked if I would mind having a Chardonnay instead of the red. I never thought to even ask about it. I just figured I'd have the red because that's on the menu. Now, I am not an oaky Chardonnay fan. He says very light time in oaks and then finished in steel barrel. So I'm sure I'm going to enjoy the Chardonnay, while Fran will have a red with his meat course. Great care of you here. I know the price seems exorbitant, but for what you get and the way they treat you, it really isn't.
Different taste.
Yeah, it sort of has an earthiness to it.
Yeah.
So it's not tanniny.
Which I've never had that before.
No. So this is a medium body, where he says cabs are much more full body.
Right.
Very flavorful, I would say.
Yeah, very flavorful.
And my Chardonnay, he didn't bring the bottle, so I don't have a picture for you. But again, I am not an oaky Chardonnay person. This is very, very nice.
I'm gonna play this for you.
Yes, thank you.
You had it before?
Yes. Well, no, I didn't. The girl I was with had it.
Got it.
Look at
so
that.
it is indeed a sea bass that comes in the shape of a sea bass tonight.
Oh, so the fish is in the middle of something.
Yes.
Sir, absolutely.
There's yours.
So every detail on the top of it we draw with the tip of a knife. In the center you're gonna have the fillet and lobster cream as well. So this one is inspired by the one we do in our Michelin star restaurant back in France, in Bocuse restaurant, where we literally serve the whole fish at the table. So it feeds something like 4 people with it. Decided to do the same version but a smaller.
Okay.
With it for tonight, you're gonna have roasted tomato and asparagus with a little bit of lemon zest as a finish.
Oh, asparagus.
For the spices, we're doing sea salt, black pepper and chives. It's called a mignonette in French, with a salt that comes from England called Malvern salt. Beautiful salt. That's the only reason why we use a British product in this restaurant. It's because the crystals, they come in a pyramid shape.
Oh, and for the science teacher in me, that's important.
Voilà. I'll leave the spices to your liking at the bottom of the plate, madame.
Okay.
Magnifique. The sauce, it's called Shauna. It's made by the chef Shauna.
Okay.
Béarnaise, tomato and tarragon paste one. Voilà. Sauce is staying with you
Okay.
in case you'd like some more, madame. Monsieur, for the filet, on the side we have a mousseline. It's a fancy name for a mashed potato, loaded with butter, per French tradition, 25% in it, nothing less.
Okay.
Porcini mushroom steak cassé, bone marrow butter on the top of the filet with bordelais sauce, which is a beef and red one. Bon appétit in it.
I think this is too pretty to eat. Look at that. I mean, not only is it in a puff pastry shaped like a fish, but you can see the detail of the scales and the chaude, which has tarragon in it. I can't wait to try that. And again, the special salt. He made a joke that it's the only product they have from England because of the crystals. So I'm really anxious to try it.
Okay, let me try this beef. Perfect. Perfectly done. Very good. Yeah.
Start with the wine.
That's what I was asking myself. So yeah.
Perfect. Perfect
It
pairing.
really blends well.
Blends well. Yep. And what we have here is like a potato.
Those are your mashed potatoes.
Very good too.
That's the best moment.
That's what the manager said last time. Their mashed potatoes were very good.
Look at this. Look at this. Just falls right apart. That's perfectly done.
Sea bass, excellent. Puff pastry, excellent. The showed, which is a chef's design, has some tarragon. Very, very nice addition to it. I really like the spices, except the pepper was extremely strong. So I ended up like coughing every time I had the pepper, but the flavor was wonderful. If I had to do this all over again, in other words, planning for my next time here, I would go back to the escargot. The lobster was fabulous. It's just, you know me in escargot. So I'd go back to the escargot. I would definitely do the 2 fish courses instead of a fish and a meat. And I would do the scallops. And I would do the sea bass again. They were just delicious. So we have a cheese course yet. And then the ultimate dessert of all ultimate desserts, the chocolate sphere. I would pay just for the chocolate sphere, honestly. It is that good. Or 3 glasses of wine and good. I'm not sure which, but you know what I mean. It's a pinot noir, so it won't be as bold as a cab.
Definitely not as bold.
But again, this is going to go with your cheeses.
But it's good though.
Yeah, this is nice. Again, I am not a bold red drinker. I'm not a big cab. I'm not a big cab, high tannins, oaky fan. This Pinot Noir is right up my alley. Very smooth, very, very tasty. I can't wait to try it with the cheeses.
Croissant Chavignon is a goat cheese, baked in the oven. One of the best goat cheese you can get here in the US. Underneath, little salad, cherry, tomatoes, grapes, olive oil, and balsamic vinegar.
Perfect.
Monsieur. On the side, raisin bread.
Okay.
At the bottom is going to be chabichou, which is another type of goat cheese.
That one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Comté, very close to Australian. Fourme d'Ambès, closer to Roquefort, so one of many types of goat cheese. On the right, Camembert from Normandy.
Oh, Camembert.
Okay.
That's my favorite. The preserve is from Bonne Maman. We all grew up with it back in France. And this one is going to be fig flavor for the evening.
Okay. What kind of cheese we got here?
Yep, that's Camembert. That's like a blue, I think. All right, try one of them before you cut them all up.
Oh, what do you want me to do here? Try one?
Yes.
I'm going to try the goat cheese. Good. Very good. Good also. Good. It's all good.
Are they different or are they cheese is cheese?
Pretty much cheese is cheese. I didn't feel any different.
Don't know open that. We're taking that home.
Okay.
Now I'm yelling at my husband. The last time I did have Fran's cheese platter. Tonight they have a special with the baked and goat cheese, balsamic. So I'm going to try that. I love the cheeses last time. This combination, warm, very smooth goat cheese. I haven't tried the vegetables yet, but the flavor of the wrapping and the baking, warm texture, warm temperature, great texture, mild goat cheese. Sometimes it can bite you. This is delicious. Although I am going to steal a piece of Fran's camembert because to him cheese is cheese. Camembert, very, very creamy, smooth, nice flavor. We had the goat cheese salad downstairs and it was decent. It was warm, but I mentioned to our waiter Alexi, and he's very shy, so he didn't want to be on camera. I think I snuck a picture of him in there just so you could see him, that we had a waiter. But he said, yeah, he goes, the goat cheese down there, you just take a bite and it sticks in the back of your throat. And he said, and if the goat cheese down there is the bottom of the totem pole, this goat cheese is the top of the totem pole. And he's right. This goat cheese is so smooth, so mellow. Now, they don't often have this special. Normally, it was the dish that Fran got, the traditional 4 different cheeses with the fig jam. If you are here, ask if they have the baked goat cheese because, yes, I only got 1 piece of cheese versus his 4, but it was delicious. The manager stopped by. I told him that Fran was a meat and potatoes guy, and he was worried about being hungry. And again, last time I was here, he said, "Well, I'll bring you some potatoes to try." He just asked Fran if he wanted some more potatoes because he'd bring them to him. And Fran's like, "No, I think I'm good." So I'm pretty sure if Fran had actually bet me that $100, he would have lost that $100.
I would ask for more potatoes.
Okay, where's my husband and what have you done with him? Fran, rice is rice, Fran.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Almond cream, almond crumble, apple, of course, vanilla
And then, as you know,
syrup, honey, and
on that
vanilla.
beautiful sphere, way more chocolate. Touch of cognac for good measure. And the chocolate we use for this one, so it's called Valrhona chocolate that comes from the Rhone Valley of France. Same one we use for food competition and chocolate sculpture.
I looked up the price of that chocolate. It's very expensive if I want to buy it.
Yes, it is. Allez, enjoy, bon appétit.
Oh, thank you. And again, I wish you could get smell-o-vision because this smells wonderful.
You got to be kidding me, dear.
Here's Fran. What did you get? The apple tart?
Apple tart, yeah.
Apple tart something.
Yeah.
Mine looks much better.
Well, that's because you're a chocolate nut.
I am a what? What did you just call me?
Chocolate nut.
Okay, he's not lying. Fran, what do you think?
So far, so good. Light.
Yes?
Very light. I like it.
And I wish you were here with me to try this because, oh my God, this is so amazing. A deep dark chocolate, a Valrhona ice cream. I've looked up the price of Valrhona chocolate and it is not cheap. And a candle because it was my birthday. Dessert.
Very good. Top notch. Did it up right. Just enough.
And you're not a big big sweet eater,
Not really, no.
but
really good.
I think you almost licked your plate clean.
Yeah,
And what did you think of the little bit of chocolate I let you try?
chocolate, man. Chocolate is chocolate. I've had dark chocolate from the bars of Geisel's at work.
Okay, this is much better than the dark chocolate your guy sells at
Whatever.
work. As you can see, I was
Tastes
ready
like
to.
chocolate to me.
Overall, what do you think of the meal?
Very good. I guess this is like once in a thing because of the price tag.
But is it worth the price?
Is it worth the price? Yeah, it's worth the price. You don't do it all the time. Everything was very, very good. The service was excellent.
Are you hungry?
I'm not hungry. Just right. I'm not stuffed.
I wish you would have bet me.
No.
I would have won $100.
And I would have said I was hungry.
My second time here. You know, sometimes when you go back, it's not what was in your memory, and so you're disappointed. This lived up to everything. Our waiter was just as wonderful as our first waiter. Very personable, very funny, very attentive. The food was phenomenal. The chef is obviously very consistent. And when you think about everything you ate, it's really not that expensive. For someone who is eating at Casey's corn dogs, this isn't for them. But for those of you who have that extra special trip, either people who come here often and want to see something different, or the once in a lifetimers who, you know, this is going to be it. This is the only time you're going to come to Disney. It takes 3 hours out of your night, but it really is a wonderful meal and something, if it's in your wheelhouse, that you should try.
What's called Bagnole. Bagnole is a sweet red wine coming from the south of France. So it's the same process as the port, but made in France, so it takes better, in my opinion. And to finish, les macarons. Strawberry, lime, and orange.
Oh, very nice. I don't know if you did the annual pass or no.
We do not.
I didn't think you did. That's quite all right. It was worth every penny.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Santé. Santé.
Santé. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be aware, they do not offer an annual pass discount here. But again, even without the annual pass, wonderful dinner. You're not going to eat here every night of the week unless you win the $1 billion lottery. I don't think your arteries and veins could stand that, or your scale. But once in a while, great end of a vacation. You know, we leave tomorrow, cold, north, yucky. Perfect end to our vacation, even though it's raining outside.
It's pouring out there. It is pouring out there.
Yeah, that's why we're sitting here.
ocean, steady spinning round the sun. The beating of our hearts echoes straight up to the stars for all the world to hear and never fade. Come together as one, like a wave across the ocean, like a rhythm of love when your heart's wide open. It's a love that we're in the great symphony.
Well, this is the end of this vlog series. I hope you've enjoyed it, maybe learned something, ideas that make you want to come down to Disney World, ideas to pass on to your friends. Great trip. I always love showing new people my version of Disney. I think if you go with someone who's experienced and knows some of the shortcuts, ins and outs, it makes it a lot easier. Both groups of friends were sort of awed by the crowds, and they weren't horrible. I mean, it wasn't a low crowd situation, but just managing the crowds, knowing where to go, moving there quickly, doing rides in a similar area, so you're not crossing the park from one side to the other to do rides. I think that makes a very more enjoyable trip. Of course, you can't beat ending a trip with dinner at Monsieur Paul. For me, it was a great trip. I hope my friends enjoyed it as well. Hey, where were you guys? Did you see them?
We did.
Oh my God.
Out of bed to go to the fireworks.
Oh, I love it.
We did. We still have our PJs on,
I love it.
but we did wear our ponchos.
We did half the fireworks from the restaurant
Uh-huh.
because they were started going off while we were still finishing. Went downstairs and then caught everything, and then we started walking over the bridge when the last fireworks were going, so there was like no line at the
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we had a little bit of a line, but
Yeah.
not too bad.
No,
really.
that moves pretty quick.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it if you subscribe, hit that bell, know when new videos come out. If you're not a member of our adult-only Facebook group, please join us. And remember, never grow up.